I wanted to make a tier list of all the Resident Evil games. We have a tier list. We have S for really good, A for pretty damn good, B for good, and C for none of those. And never played, of course. Okay, start with the original. The original Resident Evil from 1996. It started the absolute shit out of the survival horror genre and has some of the best goddamn voice acting you would ever hear in any video game. Let's bring up some of those voices, shall we? Original Resident Evil voice acting. Game Goonie presents. Thank you, Game Goonie. Shoutouts to Game Goonie.
This house is dangerous. There are terrible demons.
Ouch.
Ouch.
My favorite is anything with Barry. Barry is just a treasure.
It's Forrest. Oh my god.
So this game is obviously dated. You know, it's from 1996. Back in those days, there was no standard for voice acting. Personally, the original, I'd give it an A. I like it. It's cheesy. It's exactly what I love in horror. It's a cheesy good time. It's still scary. The voice acting is terrible and fun to laugh at. I think it's entertaining. I think it deserves an A. It'll probably be a low A by the time we get to the list in terms of everything else, but I like the original Resident Evil. I don't know what's different between the original and the director's cut. Beautiful. This is a work of art. This is perfection. This song alone propels this game to S. This is God tier music. If you don't like this song, I question your sanity. So the music is worse, obviously. Difficulty levels, improved environments, a randomizer, and some music changes. Oh, it came with a randomizer. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll put director's cut with it up here in A. Now, the big boy, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil came out and was a hit. I don't think anyone expected it to be a hit, like the way it was. So of course, naturally, they wanted to capitalize and put out a sequel, Resident Evil 2. And Resident Evil 2 was better than the first in every conceivable way. It had better music, it had better voice acting. I was speedrunning this game for a bit. Like, this is a very fun game to speedrun. It's a very tight little package. It's such a good game. I think I would be a madman to not put it in S. This game, it introduced Leon Sex Kennedy. You cannot not give this game an S. Like, the music is amazing. The characters they introduced are amazing. Everything about 2 is amazing. I don't think it's a perfect game by any means, but I see everything it has to offer. I see the impact it had. I see the characters it introduced, and I'm just like, amazing. I think Resident Evil 2 is exactly what it needs to be. It's better than the first in every conceivable way. It's better than the first in every conceivable way, and it builds on it. It takes a lot for me to consider a game S. A is really good, B is good, and C falls short. That's how I'm seeing the scale. That's fair too, Ian. I think, for me, I've talked about this before, like, perfection is subjective, and to give something a 10 out of 10, it's like, nothing is perfect. Nothing on planet Earth is perfect. Nothing we can conceive is perfect. Everything has flaws. But to me, a perfect game is something that you look at, and even despite its flaws, you love it. You can pick up any game and say, hey, this part, aw, shit. But even despite that, you still love the game. And this is also based on my opinion as well. Like, I have my own personal opinions about what I like versus what everyone else likes and what I think is actually good. So we're basing it on that as well. So Resident Evil 3, it introduces branching paths. It has infinite replayability because items can be in different places. Enemies can be in different places. It's like every time you play this game, it's completely different. I love Jill. Jill is my favorite Resident Evil character. I just absolutely love everything about this game. This is my favorite classic Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil 2 is probably a better game, but for me personally, I'm a big Resident Evil 3 fan. I'm giving that one an S, baby. But I mean, like I said, it's my opinion. My opinion, you know, just little old me and my opinion. Okay, Resident Evil Survivor. I didn't play this one, never did. So, whoops. So Code Veronica. This is the divisive one. Divisive game. And I played Code Veronica at the exact same time as all of these, and I just have no love for Code Veronica. Like, every time I try to play it, it's like, oh, fixed camera angle. Oh, Claire, that's so cool. I don't know. Every time I try to play it, I never finish it because I just always get to a point where I'm just like, why am I still playing this? Why is this game like so long? Why is it so difficult? Like, it's so easy to get soft locked. The story really saves that game. Yeah, it really connects to the other games. But everything else about the game, like, Alfred's hilarious just for the fact that he's just like hamming it up. I love hammy. Obviously, if I love Resident Evil 1, like, I love hamminess. But man, Code Veronica is just like, I feel like it's just a badly designed game. It's just like too much. It's just like too much of everything, and every time I go to play it, I don't have a good time. So Code Veronica, both of them. See. Sorry everyone. What is this one? Resident Evil Survivor 2 Code Veronica. I don't even know what the hell this is, honestly. I hear people mention it, and I'm just like, okay. I like this cover. This cover is very cool. But yeah, never played it. Rail shooter. Oh, okay. I do love rail shooters, as we'll see further down the line. Resident Evil Gaiden. I have this game downloaded, ready to play at any time. I'm just waiting for one person to say, hey, Terry, you should play Resident Evil Gaiden, because it's a terrible game, and I'll play it. But at the moment, never played it. Resident Evil Remake. This game is not just probably one of the best survival horror games of all time, it's probably the best remake of all time. It takes the original game, takes everything about the original game that made it good, makes it better, it looks better, it sounds better, the music's better, the voice acting's better, the dialogue is still there, everything that was from the original game, and they added new shit. They added Lisa Trevor, which is one of the best things they ever added to Resident Evil. It's so creepy, the lore is so great, like, everything about this game is like, oh, hey, Selkie. Oh, she's in here. She heard me talking about Resident Evil Remake. But Resident Evil Remake, 10 out of 10 game. Probably the best remake that's ever happened, and I would say probably the best classic fixed camera game in the series by far. Like, S. If there was S+, I would put it in S+. Like, that shit's right up top. Like, that shit is so good. If you could only play one classic fixed camera angle Resident Evil game, play that one. And now for Resident Evil 0. This one came out on the GameCube. Remake came out in the GameCube originally, and I love both of them. So I have a soft spot for the GameCube, as everyone knows. I love Resident Evil 0. There's something about this game, like the atmosphere is probably the best atmosphere in any game. For me, I would put this right up here with Resident Evil 1. S tier. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I know most people don't care for this game, and it has its issues. My most recent video, I talked about a lot of the issues people had with the game, and I discussed why people wouldn't like it. And it's like, if you do certain things, if you mess certain things up, you would not like that game, and it's completely understandable that you wouldn't like the game. And I don't judge anyone for not liking the game, but I absolutely love it. I love everything about it. But next, Dead Aim. Another one I never played. I never owned a PlayStation growing up, so I never played a lot of these PlayStation games, obviously. And Outbreak, of course, I didn't play. Yeah, I've always wanted to play these Outbreak games, but I never owned a PlayStation, like I said. Now. Resident Evil 4, the GOAT game, everyone's favorite game. Now, I'm gonna say, obviously, this is my favorite game of all time. I'm gonna put it here in S. Preface this by saying, I think Resident Evil 4 is a terrible Resident Evil game. It has nothing to do with Resident Evil except for the fact that Leon's in it. I have like insane amounts of nostalgia for this game. I have so many memories with this game. I remember the first time Dr. Salvador sawed my head off. It was terrifying. I was horrified. I had never seen anything like that in a video game before. I absolutely loved it. It started my love for Resident Evil. That's why it takes S. And nothing's going in front of this guy. I'll tell you that. Umbrella Chronicles. So this is a rail shooter that is a kind of like a brief summary of Resident Evil 0, 1, and 3 for whatever reason. My mom bought me this game randomly because she knew how much I loved Resident Evil 4. And it's a rail shooter, so of course it's like extremely different. But I got so much lore from Umbrella Chronicles. I find the section that recaps Resident Evil 3 is pretty terrible. It's easily the worst part of the game, but it drops so much lore on you. There's so much, like, so many nuggets in there that should have been, like, its own game, realistically. Like, the fall of Umbrella happens in this game right here. They didn't make it more accessible to other people, and it's just like, why? Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Capcom? But I love this game. I played the absolute shit out of it. It made me, like, it filled in the lore, and I was just like, I want to know more. I need more. And I will put this in high A. It has its faults, but man, I love it. It's a very fun, arcadey kind of experience. Resident Evil 5. This is a weird one. It started the whole boulder punching frenzy. 5 with a friend, S tier, easy. 5 solo is B. I do agree with you that S tier with a friend. This is a great game to play with a friend. It's so fun. There's so much opportunity for just like random shit to happen, and Chris and Sheva's dynamic is amazing. I know people love Sheva. They want her to come back. Sheva and Billy and Carlos all on secondary character island, never to be seen again. But I really enjoyed this game. It's goofy. It's over the top. It's more action than horror, and it set Capcom down a very bad path for what's to come. But I liked it. I don't know where to put this. A or B? You know what? I do enjoy Resident Evil 5. I'll put it in A. S for when you're playing it with a friend. B for when you're playing it alone. So I'll stick it in the middle. We're going with A. On to Darkside Chronicles. Darkside Chronicles is the sister game to Umbrella Chronicles. This game recaps 2, Code Veronica. It shows what happened between Leon and Krauser. This one has one fatal flaw that makes me absolutely hate the game. The camera shake in this game is absolutely painful. This game is amazing because it recaps 2, which is one of the best games, but the camera shake is miserable. You cannot get headshots. It is painful to play. That being said, it does have a lot of great moments. It's a lot of fun. I'm putting it in B. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but man, oh my god, it's so nauseating with the shaky cam. Okay, Resident Evil Mercenaries 3D. I barely played this one. I think I have this game. Oh, look at that. I do own it. Shit, that's cool. I think the main issue people had with this game is you can't delete save files. Is there anything fun in this booklet? It's Barry. Oh, it shows the enemies. Resident Evil deck building game. What the hell? I'm getting distracted with things in my collection. Sorry, guys. Remember when game books came with notes? Remember when that was a thing? That was fun. Anyways. Yeah, I didn't play this game a lot. Like, I never really cared for the side games in any of the Resident Evils. Couldn't care less about Mercenaries. I didn't care much about it when it was in Resident Evil 3. I only played it in 4 because that's how you unlock the hand cannon. When this came out, I didn't give a shit. I couldn't have cared less. I don't think I was like active hating on it. I was just like, I'm not buying that. I just don't want it. I don't care. It's cool that it's a 3DS game. It's like you get all the Resident Evil characters. It's fine. I'll put it down here. I'll say I like it more than Code Veronica, but that's about it. And Resident Evil Revelations. I played this when it originally came out on the 3DS. And of course, I still have my original copy back here. And the fun thing about this case, focus, Resident Evil Revelaitons. Yeah. So yeah, this is still my original copy of Revelaitons on the 3DS. So this is a gorgeous looking 3DS game. It was a very fun espionage thriller kind of game, and it was at a time when Resident Evil 6 was out, Operation Raccoon City was out, so we were like desperate for some good horror in Resident Evil. So Revelations was there, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the story, I loved the intrigue. It wasn't too over the top, it wasn't anything crazy, it was just Jill and Chris just back at it again, boys. Yeehaw! And that was it. That was like all you needed. It didn't blow me away. It wasn't like the best thing ever. It wasn't insanely good. It didn't add too much to the lore, but I think it was a fun little romp, and I'll put it right here. In A. Upper A. I liked it. I had fun. I had fun with it. Operation Raccoon City. I feel like, as a Resident Evil fan, this was my first major release that I experienced as a die-hard fan. Like, I was so excited for this game, and I know one of my friends at the time bought this game with me, and we played it, and it was not fun. It was just a terrible game, but I enjoyed it, you know? I had a lot of fun with the game, and I know I'm the only lunatic that probably did, and I haven't played this in years. It's probably the worst thing in existence, if we're being honest with each other. I know the intro starts, and Hunk does some cool shit, and that's about it. That's the best part of the game. So I'm gonna judge it by how much I enjoyed it back in the day, and I enjoyed it a little bit. Let me put it, yeah. I'll put it right here, down in the garbage pile. But Operation Raccoon City, I haven't played in years, so I'm just going by nostalgia. It's bad, but it's a bad game I have nostalgia for. Steve Burnside is objectively horrible. Steve Burnside is the worst character in all of Resident Evil. I hate that man. He deserved to die. I don't even care if I spoiled that for everyone. Steve deserved to die. Terrible character. I didn't cry. I wasn't sad. I was happy he was gone. Kmart, Leo DiCaprio. Damn, got him. Woo! Anyways, moving on. Resident Evil 6. This was my second major release as a fan. This game, it has some of the best movement in all of Resident Evil. Like, Capcom should have utilized this and made a shooter game, not Resident Evil, with this engine, because it felt good to play. It was like a really fun, good game to play, but it was not Resident Evil. And I think my biggest issue with this game is the fact that it's so bloated. It takes like 20 hours to beat the whole game. Like, it's so bloated. There's 4 different stories, and each one is like 5 hours each. You could have easily cut that down to like 1 hour each, like 1 chapter, 1, 2, 3 chapters each. But it's like each story is 5 chapters each, and it's just like, it's too bloated. It's way too long. Like, there's a lot of fun story moments. Like, the son of Wesker and the daughter of Birkin have a storyline together. It's like, that's amazing. That's great. This was an extremely bloated game. It was an overhyped game. It was a way too expensive game. I still have fun with it, with all the story beats that are in there, but there's just too much damn filler. But I don't think it's the worst game in the series. I'm gonna give it a low B. Revelations 2. Now, this is another one I really enjoyed when it first came out. It was released in an episodic format. So it came out weekly. 1 week you would get 1 chapter. The next week you would get another chapter. And I thought, honestly, that was kind of fun. For a video game, it was like, it was weird, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, especially with the sort of like thriller drama fun that the Revelations games had going on. Like, it's fun they brought Claire back, brought Barry back. Barry's daughter Moira is there. That's cool. She has character development. That's cool. I haven't played it in a long time. I really need to go back and play this, and I need to play it on stream. It has the atmosphere and updated gameplay that the game's needed. Like, you're trapped on an island, you're escaping some crazy lady, it adds to the lore. Barry's there, Claire is there. What more could you need? It would be nice if Jill was there. But I enjoyed this game, but I haven't played it in a long time. I'm gonna go with what I remember enjoying it as, and I'm gonna put it right here, right behind Revelations 1. I liked Revelations 1 more, but I can appreciate Revelations 2. Umbrella Corps! Now, I never played this game, but no one wanted this game. No one liked this game. I don't think anybody bought this game. When this game came out on release, people were mad. This was a 20-year anniversary treat for Resident Evil fans. And it was a PvP shooter. No one wanted that in Resident Evil. No one asked for that. At this point, the Resident Evil series was in a deep downward dive. Like, after 6 came out, people were pissed off. And then this was just salt in the wound. This was just like, Capcom, what are you doing? They started calling Capcom Crapcom. Everyone was mad. Resident Evil was done for. The series was over. No one would care for Resident Evil again. That was until this gem came out. Resident Evil 7. This game completely rebooted the franchise. And I love this game. I love that they tried something new. I will say that at a certain point, it just goes downhill. It's like, it doesn't get horrible, but it peaks very early, and it just never hits that peak again, I don't think. But I really enjoyed it. Hell, I almost want to turn this game on now and just play it right now. Like, I absolutely love this game. I'm giving it, you know what? High A. No. S? I'm going to give it high A just because the second half just goes down so far. But yeah, this game did so many things right. Like, I love the characters. Like, Marguerite and Jack Baker are so cool. Like, they're fantastic. They're great villains. I don't like Evie, the overarching enemy. Like, I don't like her. I'm like, I don't know if it was supposed to be, scary child. Like, I'm not scared of kids. Kids are like half my size. I could just take a child and just smell you later, nerd. It's like, I'm not scared of kids. So I didn't really care for her. I like Jack. I like Marguerite. But after Marguerite, that's when the game like starts going downhill. Like, Lucas Baker, didn't give a shit about him. Banned footage. The DLC for Resident Evil 7. Interesting that that's here. What did this include? There's Nightmare, Bedroom, and Ethan Must Die. What's Nightmare? I must not have played most of this. Like, I remember one where you're locked in a room. I remember Ethan Must Die. I remember that one being hard as shit. I can't really remember this, so I'm just gonna have to put this in the never played pile, I think. Now we enter the remake era. So Resident Evil 2 Remake. Honestly, this game is so incredibly fun to speedrun. Playing this on PC is so fun. Like, this is such a fun game to play. I absolutely very much enjoy this game. I don't think it's as good as the original remake, because the original remake, it not only like improved everything about the original game, it added stuff that made the original game better. I don't think Resident Evil 2 Remake did that. It's fun to play. It's just as good as the original, I would say, but it's completely different. I absolutely love Resident Evil 2 Remake. I think it's a very fun speedrun game, and I feel like I would probably speedrun Resident Evil 2 Remake if I ever got back into speedrunning, just because it's so fun. Man, the song is sick. What is this? Oh, this is a Simon Ada ending. Nice, this is a jam. We're putting Resident Evil 2 Remake right there. An amazing game, an amazing remake, and I think it deserves to be here on the list. But now for this one, Resident Evil 3 Remake. This game upsets me. If you put Resident Evil 3 Original and Resident Evil 3 Remake next to each other, like if you just look at all the features and you compare them, you would think that the original is the remake, because it has so much that is missing from this game. And it's like, people have been complaining about this since it came out. Like, there's so much wrong with this remake. There's sections cut out of the game. There's features cut out of the game. Jill is a completely different character. Nemesis is barely there. When you saw Resident Evil 2 and you got to the Mr. X sections, like immediately everyone thought, imagine how terrifying Nemesis is going to be in Resident Evil 3 Remake. And he's just a pushover. He sucks. How many times could he kill you in that game? And he just didn't. This game, it's not a bad game. What's there is great, but it is incredibly disappointing in my opinion. It's a heartbreaking game, and as someone who loves the original, this game is disappointing. And because of that, I'm putting it down here. Yep. That's right. I went there. It's like, is it funner to play than 6 and Umbrella Chronicles? Sure. But it's more disappointing. And just knowing that we got scammed out of like what could have been an amazing remake, what could have been the best remake, that's heartbreaking. That upsets me. And I know this was likely, Resident Evil 3 was likely going to be DLC for Resident Evil 2 until Capcom saw, there's a lot of demand for this game. Maybe we should put it out as its own game and add this weird ass game with it. Project Resistance or just Resident Evil Resistance, whatever. I barely played this, but I'm not gonna lie. I think in terms of a Resident Evil game, this seemed okay. Like, in terms of a Resident Evil player versus player game, I think this could have been fine on its own. Or even if they put way more time in Resident Evil 3 Remake. But the problem is that it was paired with Resident Evil 3 Remake. And that wasn't received favorably as it was. So, you know, it is what it is. So Resistance, I'm putting... You know what? I'm gonna put you two right next to each other. Enjoy your shitty lives together, dickheads. Jesus. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad about that. That makes me mad that they did that to Resident Evil 3. It could have been something great, and it was just something okay. And disappointment is way worse than something bad. But anyways, Resident Evil Village. This one is weird. For me, like, a lot of my complaint about this game is that you knew after Resident Evil 3 they were going to be making a Resident Evil 4 remake. So to me, they were just like, hey, let's make the next game in rural Spain so we can reuse a bunch of the assets. And sure enough, that's what they did with Village. So immediately, for me, that immediately made the game feel cheap. I was just like, you don't want to do your own original thing. You don't want to do something original. You just want to reuse assets to save on money. That alone really bugged me, even before like I really played the game. So immediately it had a strike against it. I love Ethan. I love Ethan's storyline. That was easily the best part about this game. The storyline of Ethan was phenomenal. I love, like, there's a twist near the end. It was fantastic. Even the cover is weird. Like, why is Chris a wolf? Why is he a werewolf? Everything about this game is weird. It's a weird game. The first playthrough is really good. When you're doing the creepy stuff with the baby that's stalking you around the house, it's just like, it's a very creepy game on your first playthrough, but on repeat playthroughs, it's just tedious. I don't think this one's terrible. I think it has a lot of good points. I think it's the best Chris has ever looked. Chris is like damn sexy in this game. Like, he looks good. He's like beefy, he's like smoking, he's a badass. The story doesn't make sense. They made Chris come off like the bad guy, and then at the end he's like, oh, I'm not the bad guy, JK. You can help me, I guess, Ian. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. Like, I feel like people love this game just because of Big Woman. Big Woman is in this game. Lady Dimitrescu is there, and it's just like, oh, big woman, funny, big sexy woman. I love big sexy woman. And it's like, sure, okay, cool. That section is easily the best section in the game, and it's like they were not prepared for how cool that section was going to be, how much people were going to meme the shit out of Lady Dimitrescu and the daughters. You finish off with that section so early, and nothing else comes even close. I'm giving this game high B. It's like, I love the DLC they added where you can go third person, you can go first person. It's not a bad game, it's just like, it's probably my least favorite of the modern Resident Evils. Well, except for Resident Evil 3 Remake. It's like, I have my issues with it. I hope 9 is better. I hope they learned a lot from 9. I hope it's not too weird. There's a fish man, there's a vampire, there's Magneto. It's like, I understand doing stuff different, but like, you're getting a bit out there, guys. And I know people are going to be like, oh, Resident Evil 4 has trolls in it. Don't forget about the Resident Evil 4 trolls. And to that I say, I don't care. DLC, Shadows of Rose. I never played this, actually. Funny enough. I have the DLC on Steam right now. I just never played it. Haven't gotten around to it yet. I think it's interesting. Everything that happened in the story of Village is easily the best part, and it lends itself to like so much expansion in the Resident Evil universe. And I think that's really cool. I love that. And that's why I was excited for Shadows of Rose, but I've just never gotten around to playing it. Now, for the big Mac Daddy, Resident Evil 4 Remake. This one was a tough one for me because Resident Evil 4 obviously is my favorite game of all time. I have a lot of nostalgia for Resident Evil 4, so it's hard for me to not love Resident Evil 4. And when the remake came out, I was excited. I was curious. I had no idea what was going to happen. And it was great. It was a great game. That's really all I have to say about it.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I just feel like it didn't have the same impact that the original had. It was just as good as the original, I think. Obviously, the graphics are better. The gameplay is better. That's it. Realistically, that's all that's better. Like, I don't know. I could just easily play the original. Like, the HD mod adds a quick swap feature for the weapons, so it's like, that's one of the things I love. Like, the combat feels amazing in the remake. So fun to walk into a room and just swap between all the weapons and just clear out the room in a few seconds. It feels great. It feels great to play. It looks better, obviously. The things that are cut, I feel like, are fine. I don't feel like there was anything that was cut that I was just like, ah, dang it, I can't believe they cut that. And a lot of things that were cut were put into separate ways. One of the main issues I have with Resident Evil 4 Remake is that I wished they changed things from the original. One of the main problems I had with the original is that it had nothing to do with Resident Evil. And it still doesn't have anything to do with Resident Evil. It's like there's a few references to Raccoon City. Obviously, it has Leon. Leon has like PTSD. It's like he copes with it by being a wise ass. It's like, cool, that's great, fun, fine. They could have added more. Like in the original plot for Resident Evil 4, Wesker had stolen, what's her name? Birkin from Resident Evil 2. Anyways, Wesker stole her because she had G-Virus antibodies. That's what the plot was. Leon was going to rural Spain to rescue little girl instead of the president's daughter. And that's such a cheesy thing. He goes to rural Spain to rescue the president's daughter. That's silly as shit. I don't mind it. I like silly. But they could have connected this to the overarching, like, Resident Evil story. Like, it could have been... What's her goddamn name? Little Girl Resident Evil 2. Sherry Birkin. Sherry. They could have kept that Sherry because, you know, like, Resident Evil 2 Remake was... It just happened. Like, Sherry was fresh in everyone's mind. It's like they were almost afraid to change anything in Resident Evil 4. It's like they sat down and they said, okay, how can we make this as safe as physically possible? Keep Leon. Keep Ashley. Keep all the villains. Do everything. It was too safe. That was my biggest issue with Resident Evil 4 Remake. It was too damn safe. The story was too damn safe. They could have just connected it a bit better. Like, they could have done anything, but they did nothing. And I feel like it's a fine remake. It's fine. It's not bad, but for me... I can hear the boos now. I can hear people screaming from the top of their lungs. But, like, my opinion, man. Can't be mad at me for my opinion. Yeah. You're talking to a guy who's been playing Resident Evil 4 since 2005. I haven't been playing this game since 2005. I got this game on release for my birthday. I've been playing it for 20 years, and I feel like the remake is just too safe and too close to the original. So when I played through it, there was just like nothing new for me. It was just like, The gameplay was fun, it was different, and that was it. And that's my rant. I was just like, yeah, it's a good remake. If you've never played the original, play the remake first. Because it's a better game, but it just doesn't do enough different. And that's my issue with the game. It just doesn't do enough different. It's too safe. It looks better, it plays better. I don't think the characters are as good. The villains aren't as good. Like Sadler's not as good in the remake. And Sadler was like the biggest, like a huge part. Like I loved like the Kodak calls when you call him up and be like, "Hey, douchebag, I'm coming to kick your ass," and he's like, I'm sending my right hand after you. And Leon's like, "Oh, you walked right into that one." I could rant about it for hours, but I swear I like the game. I swear I like the game, guys. I enjoy the game. But yeah, I'm putting it down here. And that's where all the hate is going to come from. I can hear everyone disliking the video right now. But don't forget to like on YouTube. Thank you very much. If you wanna after that. Thank you. I saw someone like in real time. Thank you. Okay, last one. Resident Evil 4, Separate Ways. Now, all the complaints I had about Resident Evil 4 Remake, Separate Ways did everything right that I had a problem with in Resident Evil 4 Remake. It was different. It actually changed things. It was more lore. I gotta calm down. It connected to the overall story of Resident Evil. Ada is cool in the game. She's a badass. She beats the shit out of everything. Like the gameplay with her grappling hook, like the melee attacks in the game are so good. It's so fun playing as Ada. Like the gameplay for this game, this is the most reaction I've seen out there since DK64. Don't get me started on DK64, please. Please don't get me started. But DK64 sucks! Anyways, it was so fun playing this game. Ada in this game was everything you know her as. She was cool. She was sexy when she needed to be. She was the classic femme fatale. You know, you see an attractive woman in a castle, you're like, oh, hello, and then you're dead. Because that's the whole character archetype. She's a femme fatale. It adds to the lore of the game. It adds to the world building of the game. It likely leads into Resident Evil 5, which is fantastic. We're getting a remake of that. It was a very, very decent price. It was only like, I think it was $13 Canadian is what I paid for it. Which, I mean, I can't remember how many hours you get out of it, but that's like very good for this game. I think it's way, way better than the original Separate Ways. Yeah, the original Separate Ways isn't up here. Strange. But I would put the original Separate Ways in like B tier or somewhere. Like it went downhill fast. Like everything that was new and original in that game was like really poor. The whole end section on the ship was bad. I love Separate Ways. This, I said it before and I'll say it again. I think Separate Ways DLC is better than the remake. But I'm doing that. I'm doing it. What do you think of that, chat? What do you guys think of that? That's my list. It's terrible. I gotta get some boos from the crowd. Other than like these bottom four, the C tier, I could honestly load up any of these games right now and I feel like I could have at least some fun with them. Like even with their flaws down here, like Resident Evil 3, like at least I could beat it quick. Like I could beat this game in an hour right now. Like I could boot this game up and be done. What time is it? Oh my god, I've been ranting for like an hour and a half. What the hell? Where's the Resident Evil Christmas special that goes in S tier? Oh, I forgot that Christmas special. Shit. What are you doing back here, Selkie? She's meowing at stuff. Yeah? You want me to shut up now? I've been yakking for several hours.